Welcome to our preview interview for Iron Forest. I am the host of this game, author of this I am hosting this interview, and today we here have Jānis, who will answer the questions about this game.
Hello, yes.
Welcome, Jānis. Do tell us a little bit about yourself for the viewer who does not know you.
I'm Janice.
Thank you, Jānis. Well, without further ado,
I'm also a co-host to Board Game Hangover, the YouTube channel, and I play a lot of board games, to be honest, a lot of them.
today here we're going to talk about Iron Forest, which is a spiritual sequel to a game we both know, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And in this game, players divide into two teams. One team takes control of animal clans, these anthropomorphic animals that have created these mechs from ancient technologies. And the other team are the Iron Force, which comes from the Iron Forest, an ancient city that lay dormant for a while and then suddenly it rose up into the sky and now is attacking the animal clans. Who will prevail?
You.
Oh, thank you. In each game, you're gonna pick a scenario, and that scenario is gonna have unique rules how to play.
All these scenarios.
Yeah. But the basic rules are, on your turn, you're gonna flip open an activation card that shows you which mecha you will activate. Then you can either flick or launch that mecha, a bit later about that, and then you're gonna activate another mecha, and then the other team goes. And the first team to accomplish their objectives wins the game. But we'll talk about that as we go. And my first... Is it the first?
Third, I think, question.
My next question, have you played Icecool?
Yeah, I've played a lot of Icecool for sure.
Really?
Which is also your game, right?
Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention that this is my game. And Icecool is my game as well. So if I say this game is fan-bloody-tastic, it's true. So is this similar to Icecool?
It is. It has a lot of the base mechanics, which is like flicking. It's just a lot of extra things, and I would like to say it's kind of grown-up version, the big brother of Icecool.
As you can see, like physically.
Height size as well. It added some muscle to it.
This just in, authors wanted that. Because when we published Icecool, I mean, the authors published Icecool, they understood it as a family game, not a kids game. But turns out it is a kids game. So we thought, okay, let's try again and make a not kids game. The kids can still play it, obviously. This is not a heavy Euro, maybe a bit heavy, but not a Euro, definitely game, which all family can enjoy. Just the theme, and there's a little bit more rules and a little bit more of everything over the Icecool. What is the best thing about Iron Forest?
I'm gonna show you, alright? So...
Show it.
You will have a lot of excitement about the shots you do, and there's also a lot of strategy because of those different scenarios. Should you go upstairs? Should you go down? So that's the best part.
That brings me to the next question. What is the best trick shot you can do in this game?
I guess the best I can do right now, because this is the first day that I've done this, is shooting it straight up, hitting the hole and getting the achievement.
Yeah, my best association with that is when you play basketball and you have to do some kind of long shot and just swish it. Just that's what it feels like. Each time an opposing team mecha is hit by your mecha, it gets damaged. And the second time it gets damaged, it gets removed from the board. So next time it will activate, we'll just skip its activation. But in some scenarios, that's your goal. You would need to hit it, then fall through this hole and hit the other one, and two mechas with one shot. That feels really awesome. What's your favorite mecha?
There's this one with the huge ears. A drone with ears, yeah. I like this one for sure.
This is coming to Kickstarter, or depending on when you're watching this, it already is on Kickstarter. Who would you back this for?
One would be grown-up kids. There's a lot of elements that like a kid in you would love. These little mechs and cute animals and all of this, and just flicking and all the action. But these scenarios, just these strategies give you the feeling of a grown-up will really enjoy it. Grown-ups that are kids, I would say this is a really good reflection of you.
You mean that I'm tall, right?
Yeah, no.
Would Icecool fans like this?
And Icecool fans.
Thank you. Thank you. Today we played two scenarios. One
Yes.
was called Awakening and the other one was called Data Mine. In one we had to be alone in the box to either launch up to score the points, and then the other one you had to go through the holes to get the objective tokens, or you had to flick the dice and then flick the dice out of the box to get those. Which one did you like most?
I think the one where we needed to fall down the holes, because there was a lot more, jumping up and down all the time. But actually, the most of all, I liked how different the game was from one scenario to the other one.
But to be honest, I know why you didn't like the Awakening scenario. It's because you lost, right?
Yeah, you needed to create a whole new game to beat me at something.
Who said that was the reason? I mean, it wasn't. Why would it be? That's just silly. But there's also some where your objective is to knock out the other team. There was a little bit of that in Icecool, but here there's way more interaction.
Yeah.
And you bump in and you can knock each other out, and you knock each other out of the boxes, and you want to knock each other out of the boxes to stall them. So one of my favorites with the interaction is the shutdown one, where each animal clan mecha gets like 2 objective tokens on top of them, and once it's knocked out once, you remove 1 objective token, and once it's knocked out the second time, you remove the second one, and you want to remove both tokens from 2 mechas. So you're like constantly hitting them. It's like a different game. So this is Iron Forest game number 1, this is Iron Forest game number 2, this is Iron Forest game number 3, this is Iron Forest game number 4, this is Iron Forest game number 5, 6 and 7. And there might be more in the stretch goals for the Kickstarter. Might be, might not, who knows.
What were the things you knew that, all right, we want to change this to make it more for grown-ups?
Okay. So first thing was adding a wow effect. So if you play Icecool for the first time, you're like, oh wow, look at the board. There's like, those are made out of boxes, and oh, look at those pieces. They can curve, and what? You can jump with those? What? That's like immediate wow. So how can we take it to the next level, or should I say, how can we launch the next game to the next level? Mic drop.
Saddest mic drop I have ever seen.
It's the safest mic drop. Yeah. So mini launcher. Okay.
A big part of this game is also these action cards,
Power-up cards.
Power-up cards. How was this idea born?
This is actually the 3rd or the 4th iteration, I should know. I worked on it, and this is the final one that came to be. So we had all kinds of ideas on how to enhance your turns. But here we wanted to add all kinds of things that make your turns feel unique. This mecha is not much different from this mecha, but having power-ups on your turn make them different. Who doesn't like special ability cards, right?
Those for sure are something that makes it more a grown-ups game.
Yeah,
which gives
that definitely adds a level of difficulty to this game. Yeah.
So why should people buy this, in your opinion?
First of all, there's gonna be nothing like it out there, and there isn't nothing like it out there. Closest being Icecool. It's a unique dexterity action game, which I think is as close as you can get to video games. With shooting, jumping, flicking, flying around, using these abilities. Plus, if you want a unique game that you've never played before, even if you've played Icecool before, this is it. I don't think anything like this is gonna come out anytime soon, because it takes a lot of work to put this out, even though it's not that complex a game, but it's mostly because of these components and the looks. Well, thank you for watching, and don't hesitate, back this now.
Also subscribe to our channel, Board Game Hangover, because we do a lot of reviews and board game related stuff.
Okay, thank you for watching, and see you next time on Board Game Hangover.
Bye.
Bye.
Ready to play one?
Please, you want to lose again?
We have 50-50.
What doesn't count?
What doesn't count?
The one I lost.
Alright. For no reason at all?
Yeah. Well, no, for reasons my game. It's a very good reason.